Hello everybody and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. I just want to take this moment just to do a bit of a touch up on where we left the power supply. I've actually ran my power lines now from the base to the power plant down that way. So it's all ran there, so it's all running. So if I bring out my things, so you can see all running all the way into the base. Now I want to secure it. Now this is where we're going to have our makeshift kind of styled transfer box or whatever you want to call it, relay station. But what I want to do is I want to kind of, as a matter of fact, just realized if we want to move that, I'm going to need to connect all this. And I do really want to move it. But you know what? It'll be fine where it is. Will it though? I kind of want it about that high. If I remove that now, it's going to cut all my power out. And I kind of want to move it. Right, we're going for it. We're going for it. Don't know how much this is going to disconnect, probably everything, but hopefully it won't. But I'm going to upgrade this like so. I'm going to put it underneath here like so. We'll reconnect it. Next. Go. Need to connect this to our lines down here. It looks like it's held onto the rest of the connections. That's problematic, so I'm going to have to go all the way around now. Tell you what we will do. We'll drop. I think I should be able to connect it through it. Give that a try. And on back up. The reason why I want to do that is because if I'm away and somebody wants to use the Horde base, there's a hole that's going to lead the zombies straight into them, and it's just going to cause a whole world of chaos. So we're going to get it sorted out now, but I wanted to show what I've done to kind of hide the power lines. Two reasons behind that. One, they can't damage the power lines. Now, that though, it's probably going to be another one on top of it leading into that one. I'm not, but I want it there so it just drops straight down. We'll have it all defensed off. That's going to be a pylon, so it's going to be up higher. So that'll be absolutely fine. This will be boxed off. So we'll have a little bit of like a transfer station build here. It'll look really nice. It's not going to be for defense because they shouldn't target this because this is going to have so much concrete in it that they're not going to see it as a weakness or a weak spot. And that's the reason why I want to sort it out now. So we want to connect this one. Don't feel like that's going to be too far down. So let's just drop a couple down there. Connect you here into here. I mean, that is going to be a problem. See if we can dig a hole here. We don't want to dig more holes, but right, let's see if we can connect to back up again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 blocks away. Remove that block. Come on. Oh, we got it. Yes, we've got it. Excellent. Now what we can do is we can reconnect that there. Put these blocks in here. Let's fill this up so there's no gap here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop rebar frame there. Fill it up with concrete. There's absolutely no gap for a zombie to come in and attack. Obviously the power cable is in there, nice and secured. And for aesthetics purposes, we'll obviously make it look a little bit good. But it just looks like it's going into the ground now. It's kind of cool. But we want to make sure there's absolutely no way for the zombies to see this as a way in. So as you can see, we've kind of got it all the way through. So there is plenty of concrete to deter them from digging downwards, because we don't want them digging downwards. Because this does lead directly into the Horde base. Right. Well, that's how we're working the power lines. I love how I've done it. It's worked perfectly. So now we'll just fill these in quickly. It's just literally a case of dropping them like so. There's absolutely no way the zombies are going to see that as a way in. That's a lot of blocks for them to break through. The rest is just a normal ground already, so they shouldn't see that any different to what they would normally. To be honest, it's actually going to be harder for them to get to this ground now, supported by the concrete. You're not going to collapse anything or anything like that. The only downside is if we have to make any adjustments, we've got a lot of concrete to dig out. But technically, there shouldn't be any problems with this, so there shouldn't be any reason to have to dig it all back up. It's going to lead into the base no matter what. The only time we're going to change that is if we want to change the way the power comes into the base. But underground is by far the better way, because obviously above ground they can destroy it. As far as I'm aware, they don't aim for it, but I could be wrong. Because now, if they try and aim for it, once the pylons are done, they can't reach it. They can try and take the pylons out, but I'm hoping the pylon design is going to be just as good to deter them from trying to take it out. So that's something we've got to do anyways. As long as we leave it connected at the top on that transfer station that we've got, we should never have to come down here. And yeah, this is a bit of a faff to do this, but I want to make sure there's absolutely no way of them getting in underneath the base, because if they get in under that base, it is game over for us, because they'll just smash the walls out from under us. And there isn't really good vantage points to attack them, so they're going to have quite a good standing in there. But that should never happen. As long as it's done right, we should be absolutely fine. And as you can see, we're looking good. I won't like to dig through all this, I know that. Last couple in here. You could just leave a couple of them blank if you want to, but I really don't want to run the risk of them even seeing a gap and trying to want to get to that gap, because they may decide, that's a good gap, I want it. This way, there's absolutely no way of that happening. So there you go. So we're at the stage where we're at where everywhere else. Now we know the power's there. Power's picked up onto here, into our little battery pack here. Oh, I can't go that way anymore because it's way. It comes into our battery pack here. I've just been testing it with using lights. So this has been on now for 3 or 4 of the in-game days, and we're only 1.5 batteries through. When you turn the power on at the power generation at the power plant, it recharges the batteries perfectly. Really good design, I think. And this is just testing it, so it's in each of the 4 corners and obviously the 2 sides as well. That leads perfectly onto the next floor. There. Just slightly nicks it here for aesthetic purposes, but I'm alright with that. So we've got the power on each floor now. Now we have got a bit of repairing to do. Now obviously we're taking damage because they're still getting line of sight on us at the moment. Oh, I've got steel on me, so I've upgraded steel. Oh, I hate that. Once we've completed the base to that standard, they won't have line of sight. As you can see, that base is immaculate. They don't get line of sight there, so they don't bother. But enough of that. So I just wanted to show you the power generation that I've done for the base, just so you got an idea of how to kind of bury your lines, so to speak. Oh, can I get over that? I got over it. The next thing we want to do is continue back on with our garage build. Now we've still got the outside of here to do. We've got loads of work to do, so I upgraded the door because I was sick of them trying to smash the door in, so it just gives us a bit more of a chance. We'll just chuck the steel away so I don't start upgrading stuff with steel again. There's our iron, there's our steel. We've got our metal trusts with us. We don't need the power cables, and we've also got our metal fences and railings and stuff. So let's head on back to our garage area. Okay, right, we need to repair that before we start. Oh, we need fuel before we start. Did I check that before I came up? Okay, we should have plenty of fuel still. I remember where I put it. We've got some there. I think there's some still inside there, but we've got plenty of fuel. I've got it dotted about all over the place, and we've got some oil shell as well, so we can cook some more if we need to. Right, as I wanted to, I want to go into that corner there, so I'm going to start building my way along. Now it's going to support these via the wall, but it gives me a chance to kind of do stuff like this. We can really dig into all this here. Getting more of this nitrate powder, which I've been using to create more ammo, because we rinsed through all of our ammo on the last Horde night, so I need it. Oh, starting to collapse now, so we're probably getting to about as much as we can push this. Really gonna have to start looking at putting the roof in here. It's gonna start dropping. I'm concerned it's gonna drop. So let's just. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's just build a little bit of a walkway here, just so we can work at height. Connect it to the wall so it's good. I don't know if I can get through there. I can't. We can work at height now. I've got the problems of trying to balance stuff. I want to get this section of the roof done first, because otherwise I really do, I have concerns. Matter of fact, we wanted this piece here, didn't we? Let's just drop down, bring it up as high as we can. Okay, are you high enough? I don't think you're actually technically high enough yet. Just dig it out so we know where we're at. Go. Oh, knock me off. They're adamant on. Don't collapse on me. We've almost got our anchor point sorted now. Okay. I think we went one too high there. Right, let's get the ceiling in. The piece that I've just done. Upgrade that piece there. Ready? Okay, right, let's upgrade this straight away. As wet concrete, it weighs nothing. And it also supports hardly anything as well. Now it may look silly, it doesn't really do much, but now we can work off that, start building the ceiling in. It's going to be supported by that, and obviously that side there as well. We'll probably put in another support, probably here. I think that'll do. Put another support in here. Obviously we need to see where we're at. I'm really concerned, as you can see, we're starting to go. The stone's a bit stronger so it doesn't collapse as well, which is probably what's holding this whole place, is the stone that's been placed in. Get another one in there. Let's upgrade that so it's already concrete. Yeah, that's going to give us plenty of support to work with now. So if we work off that, we should be okay. Now, obviously these are just temporary. That's all the way down to that. That's a good timing actually. Look at that, perfectly lined. I didn't even try and do that. So let's just dig in this. Ouch, that fell in my face. We want to try and get as much of this as possible flattened out. We could just put rebar frames down just to work, make it a little bit easier for ourselves. They're trying to balance on the edge. We can just remove it all at a late stage, so it's no problems. It'll only just reach it. Oh, I've fallen down. Oh, I can go underneath. So, what I'm going to do now is I am going to skip this a little bit just to get the ceiling done. So we'll pop back once the ceiling's all leveled out. I'm also going to level this section out here as well, so it's all like a bit of a square. So we'll pop back once that's done. I'll see you all shortly. And welcome back, everybody, and as you can see, we have dug it all out. We've got a little bit further as well, 2 blocks further. And I think that's kind of the size I want. I'm happy with the depth. Obviously, we're going to have it a little bit deeper underneath and possibly here as well. But I'm really happy with the... I mean, we can't go too far that way because obviously we're going to start hitting our underground section there. But we certainly can go a little bit deeper. But I'm really happy with that. And I think this is the stage where I want to start going up. I'm going to start taking my rebar frames back so that we can see. We still need to do some work over there, but have done enough here for now. We've upgraded all that. That's good. I've also put in the metal railing using the options for this here. So where we had these options before, it also had this thin metal railing, which looks amazing. It's just that little bit of a touch. You can obviously jump over it, easy enough. Obviously, it's there. Now, we're going to be using the wedge stuff. The wet concrete wedge. So we're going to be using that because that's the kind of a nicer slope up. So, with that in mind, every time we go up, we're going to be going up by 2 lengthways. I'll show you what I mean. If I just dig out, no, we shouldn't be digging out from the bottom because obviously maps it, but I want to kind of just show you what I mean. I'm not too worried. We're getting loads of resources, so I'm not 100% worried about losing it here. Let's just go out a little bit. Now, I'm not too worried about making mistakes here because we can just build it up with concrete and it's just giving us that little bit of extra support underneath anyway, so we ain't got too much to worry about there. Right. Got a bit of room to play here now. So, obviously, if we just do something like that, it's going to be a massive drop still, so we need to do wedge tips first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have wedge tips in, like so. Then we know that that's going to be the bigger wedge, but I don't want to keep swapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my trussels for now and my fencing. I'm going to split the stack, and the second stack I'm going to make into my wedge concrete. And then I'm going to lay that down like so. That's going to be the ramp out, nice and smooth and steady. Obviously, as we go along, we're going to be taking out the edge of the wall here. We obviously want to keep the roof going as well. Now what I'll probably do is I'll probably bring the roof to the entrance now. So that when it's finally at that level at the surface, it's kind of like a nice gentle slope into it. You'll see what I mean when we come to it. Just going to drop these here like so. We'll just keep it where it's just by the ramp itself for now, and we'll upgrade the rest of it as we go along. But we'll keep on digging this out. There's a bit of room to maneuver. Obviously, we'll have to go up and remove it all. That's not a problem. We'll just keep the level going now, and as you can see, we're starting to get out of that ore as well, which is good for us a little bit because yes, it is like loads of resources for us, but the support that gives is nowhere near the same strength as what the stone is. So obviously the more we're starting to dig out, the more risk we're taking breaking stuff, and we don't want it collapsing on us. just dig out this bit here, and you'll start to see that this will be a nice gentle slope for a vehicle to come down into. If we use the triangle stuff that we've used on the main base, it's just way too steep for a vehicle. It can't get up, and when you go down, it's going to struggle to go down. Now we've dug out quite a bit. Just put the frames in. Now you can choose to just leave the frames if you want, but we've got enough concrete. I just want to do it, and it's there, it's done, it's nice and secure. Don't got to worry about it. We didn't need to dig out that, but I think I might have dug it out too much when we did the first layer. Like that's not a problem. Yeah, got that section there as well, and we'll just keep the level as much as we can. There you go. You should start seeing the shape that we're having here, hopefully. Now the question I've got is whether, to myself, is whether or not I keep it all going up, or whether we start bringing this in. And what I'll probably do is I probably will start bringing it in from now, I think. I think that might be a good idea. So if we... Now we're going to do this. If we bring that like so, and take this out here, but this is going to take a little bit of a fiddle just to get right. What we want to do now is we want to start bringing the wall into the center of the building, so we start creating that funnel when the vehicle enters and exits the garage. Okay. Just clear out some of this so we've got some room. Okay. Oh, we're out of fuel. Just clear this section off here. Okay, now I have a feeling, yeah, we're too far again. Not a problem. So obviously we're going to have the wall here, like so. But we're now going to want to start bringing this wall in. So if we clear this bit here, put that there. Now what I want to do is gonna have to be a full block. If I split my stack again, have a look at what shapes we have. Now we're going to want a corner piece, like inside corner maybe. Probably not going to be enough. So let's go for ramp corner filler. How about that? See if that's going to be a good shape. We're going to need something a bit more. What about wet full corner? That doesn't work either. Or does it? No, it's kind of not the right shape. Does work, but not quite what I'm looking for. Just fill that in so we can see what we're doing here. I tell you what we'll do. We'll clear this section here. Then we can try and shape it in, rather than trying to find a piece that'll work without, like, working with anything. Our next piece. Now, what is our next piece? Is it the wedge piece? I feel like it's the wedge piece. It is the wedge piece. So if we bring this in like so, we can see actually how it's going to work then. item needs a repair. Said item. So as it's wedge pieces, it's obviously 2 pieces for every one. So let's just find that out. We've got another screamer to say hello to us. I'm just gonna let it beat on the door for a minute. Get that there. So obviously that there as well. Right, so that's what we've got to fill in now. We should be able to do half pieces, I think. Let's see what we've got. Inside bottom corner. I kind of just finishes it off too quickly on that section. Deep corner base. Too steep. It's just finding that piece that's going to work for us. Now that could potentially work. Could it work? No, it's not going to work, is it? Have a look what other got here. Able inverted steep. I'm just feeling like that is it. It's gonna be something so obvious it's gonna be right in my face. Right, let's just deal with that screen because assistant hers in annoying. Oh, let's go and blow her face off. Good morning. Oh, she's wrecking my place. There we go. Solve that problem, didn't it? Alright, back to the drawing board. I want to bring this in. Not too steep. Like that. Too steep. Still feel like something like this. Feel like that there could work. Like this here. Oh. Finding that right piece that's going to. I'll tell you what we're going to do. It's going to have to be the other way, I think. So we're going to have it where it's potentially. That's for this. Round. Got it like that. Is that going to look silly? Silly that. Look absolutely stupid. Nope. I don't want something like this. Like so. I want something like that. And just doesn't fit that piece there. That doesn't fit. I say it's going to be something so obvious that's hit me in the face here. What about the half wedge first? Don't think that's going to work, but let's just half wedge it up. Then try and use something like this. Oop. Oop. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with it off camera, but at the moment I think I'm going to plan to have it just go straight up here. This will be the ramp up. I'm going to put some railings here. Let's see if we can turn railings on an angle. Turn the railing on a better angle. See if we can do it on an advanced rotation. Go through every other direction we have. No, you can't do an angle that way. That's fine. What I will probably do is I'll probably do something like this. Here we go. One. That there. There you go. You've got your protective railing there. Vehicle can't drive in. When I get up here, I'll probably block off that section and have like the 5-way in. And that's only 4 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we'll do a 5th one going up. That'll just be like a side piece that I'll probably place, you know, like walkway or something. We'll paint it slightly different on the ground. Walkway in cases of, you know, in case of emergencies or whatever. But we've got our ramp going. We know where we're going with it. It's nice and steady. So all we need to keep doing now is just keep digging our way up. But we're on the Horde day, so I'm going to leave it here at this stage. We've done a lot of work on it. And we've done a lot of and ahhing with that corner piece there. If you do have any suggestion with the corner pieces, let me know in the comment section and we can revisit it at a later stage, because right now I'm not 100% with it still. And yeah, I think it may need a bit of altering, so I'm going to keep digging it out so it's all done with the ramp, and you can have a look at it once it's complete. As you're watching me just keep going up and up and up. I don't think we're going to have long to go up to get out of this section. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be too far because that's already the ground there, so we're pretty close to the surface, I think. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for checking it out. I apologise for going backwards and forwards. That's another screamer I'm going to have to deal with. But until next time, everybody, take care for now, and bye-bye for now.